I'm Max's Pie. You probably know me, this is my channel. And today, I'm going to a top 11 best scenes from the cartoon Disney TV show, The Lion God. This is just my personal favorite, so feel free to make their own list in case you don't agree. I'm going to be ranking these on how memorable, entertaining, and funny they were. And there's a chance you might get spoiled. So you might want to watch the episodes before watching this. Or don't. It's their lives. But let's get to it. Number 11. What? Enough with the gasping. After the, gathering of all the leaders of different packs across the Pride Lands, including the crocodile leader, Maku. He's not the nicest. Kion has bad feelings about this, like what Maku could do. Later, Maku almost falls into a pit of rotten fruit. But they're unaware on who put that there. Yeah. So they come up with a trick to pretend like Maku died in the pit to reveal who was behind it. And then it was revealed to be these two who confess out of guilt. You can probably guess what happened next. People opened their jaws and went, ah! They then claim that they just wanted him to fall into some rotten fruit to make him smell bad. It was then followed by another, ah! Bunga, the bravest member of the Lion Guard, then claims for the last time it wasn't that rotten. And came another, ah! Maku then walks out and reveals that he is still alive. And then guess what happened? He then comments, enough with the gasping. This whole act was so believable that Bunga, even though he knew, actually thought Maku was dead. Even though, he was in on it. Number 10. Chosen One Bunga. After accidentally falling off a cliff, he lands near red pandas who let's see if it's a mistake. Call him the Chosen One. Zong Kong, I think. Something like that. And then tell him he needs to defeat the Ghost of the Mountains, a creature that's been terrorizing the red pandas for years and kicked them out of their homes. Whether Bunga is the Chosen One or not, he is still happy to lend a helping hand to the red pandas. And since he's the bravest, he will definitely face off a ghost. In fact, he'd probably find it fun. Even though the Ghost of the Mountain turns out to be just a mischief-making snow leopard, it's still up to Bunga and the rest of the Lion Guard to stop her and get the red pandas' homes back. Bunga ends up leading an army of red pandas against the snow leopard, and cornering her on a cliff. Bunga then probably defeats the snow leopard in possibly the funniest way possible with his fart. Very stinky way to be defeated. Chosen One! Number 9. The Lion Guard saves Drosiri and the cubs. Drosiri is a nice hyena. And when she was praying with a few ill cubs, she was then attacked by Janza, a bad hyena, in his pack, which led to her and the cubs being trapped in a steam pipe with lava slowly rising under them. The Lion Guard then comes to rescue them in a very action-packed fight. Comes next. The fight is filled with action, excitement, and a few jokes. Like John's tail while getting bumped. The Lion Guard does end up rescuing the Siri and the cubs. And then John's was very outnumbered.
Say it over, Siri.
Number 8, a fitting finale. The finale is always an important part of the show, and it's usually something that celebrates, well, the entire series. And Lion Guard's finale was pretty good. There are better finales, but it was good. And still, anyway. Kaya Ion has mastered the roar completely. Has given up the Lion Guard and has joined the Night Pride in the tree at the Tree of Life. And is then crowned king by Makini and will now rule the Tree of Life with Queen Rani. It has an exciting coronation, and it's a good ending, and it leaves you wondering what the future may hold for the Lion Guard characters. Number 7, a creative way to fight. After the hyenas come up with a plan to plug Hakuna Matata Falls with rocks in order to cut off a water supply for the Pride Lands, the Lion Guard set a trap to stop it. After they meet a new chameleon friend, she then teaches them tricks of blending in, which they then use to disguise themselves as grass, logs, rocks. It's a very creative idea to fight, and very creative way to fight. And they taught the hyenas a lesson. Don't underestimate the power of good hiding skills. After those surprising jump scares, in true hyena fashion, they run away as cowards, and then end up falling down a waterfall. Number 6, an adorable flashback. When Kyle starts to wonder if he can lead the Lion Guard without the roar, he then ends up flashing back to when they were kids. And let me say, these guys are adorable. And then a longer version of Kion, Bunga, Bestie, and Foley team up before the Lion Guard was ever formed to stop a long version of Janza from stealing an egg, which is actually the egg of baby Ono, the keenest of sight, and another member of the Lion Guard, before he ever hatched. Even though long at the time, the long versions of the Lion Guard team still managed to beat the hyenas. This is kind of cool that people this long are still as powerful as they are today. Well, more powerful. They're more powerful today, but they're still very much at a long age. And they're still whooping hyenas' butts. Even though it is a fight, it's still hard to think about the fight when they're so cute. Just look at that. This fight is just really entertaining to watch, adorable, and cool. And even has a really cute ending. Number 5, The Rise of Scar. Anyone who knew the episode of this title pretty much knew what was coming. The evil Scar is coming back. After a snake named Lusari teamed up with Janza to steal a staff and get a volcano to erupt so they can speak with the ghost of Scar through fire. It was starting to seem like, well, their plan did not work. After Johnza believes it's a failure, he gets enraged and throws the staff into the lava. And then came the moment we've all been waiting for since we started this episode. A giant lion head appeared out of fire. And trust me, it is dramatic, a bit terrifying, and really cool to watch. Also kind of fun to watch the terrified Anza. But if I'm being honest, if we were in his paws, wouldn't we feel the same if we just saw a giant lava of a fire lion head in front of us?
I am Scar.
Number 4. Kion uses the war against Zira. After Jasiri tells Kion that lions have taken over her watering hole, Kion goes to see what's going on, and then meets a lion named Zira, whose pack has taken over the hole and is refusing to share it. It also seems to know a lot about the war and what it can do. You probably don't know who this band is unless you've seen the second Lion King movie, which he plays the villain in. Cool thing about this episode, though, is that it actually takes place before the second movie. And this episode kind of sets up the second movie, which is pretty cool to think about. Zira acts like he's gotta tell Kion about the war, but really doesn't do much. She does teach him how to get water from crowds using the war, but then seems more interested in asking him whose side is on, lions or hyenas. Kion then replies he's on the side of the circle of life and all those who respect it. Guess what happened next? Zira then uses her pack of lions to attack Kion, and then plans to invade the Pride Lands. Considering she has the son of Simba and the leader of the Lion God, Kapsot. And then she tells him that if he loses the war against his fellow lions, he will lose it. And he believes her, considering Scar once had the war and lost it when he used it against lions. Even though he actually lost it because he used it for evil. When the rest of the god catches up with Kion, Bunga then talks some sense into him. As soon as Kion snaps out of it, he uses the war to send Zira and her lion pack flying.
You wouldn't! We're lions!
Number 3. The Mossendano. The Mossendano is a fighting tournament with, well, I'm not sure if I call it tournament, a fight between crocodiles to decide which one will lead. After Maku, who challenged Pua, I think, into a Mossendano, he has to say less. It's the crocodile way. They then fight near Pride Rock, and it is a very action-packed fight. The cool moves, cool lighting, the high stakes, and all the people watching shouting Mossendano, Mossendano, Mossendano in the background makes it one of the most dramatic scenes possibly in the whole series. And it is really cool to watch. Kind of violent, but really cool. And it's very interesting to watch considering one is already the crocodile leader Pua, and has good form, good skill, and good moves. And then there's Maku, the challenger, who fights with anger, power, and determination to win. It's a very interesting fight with the different ways they fight. He might have better moves, and he has better strength. Can you guess who won? Some might disagree with the outcome. Number 2, Raids of the War. Kion is learning how to use all of the war's abilities and is about to try out his new abilities on his enemies, an entire army of them who is attacking the Tree of Life. Outnumbered, even, Kion still defeats all of them with a lot of new abilities. His powers include making rocks pop out of the ground, which leads to his enemies slamming into them. He also can make lightning come down. He also can make lightning come down and shatter boulders with it. And other stuff. Super cool. And if that was enough, he also summons tornadoes with it. And sucks his enemies inside and sends them far, far away. This is thus power at a whole other level. Number 1. The Lion God defeats Scar. The fights against Scar has gone on for a while, so they finally decide they had enough and bring the Pride Landers and invade the Outlands, Scar's territory. The Pride Landers then do a super cool attack against Scar's army. And then the Lion God makes it far enough to get to the volcano where Scar is. The Lion God confronts Scar, but Scar is already praying for this. A surprise bite from the snake Lusari gives Kion the same scar in the exact same price. Scar then mocks him and tells him that they are basically the same. Of course, this is all in Scar's plan. He's trying to get Kion angry so he'll lose the war and get the volcano to erupt, which would lead to the volcano erupts and destroying everything. Kion then calms himself and decides to not fight fire with fire, and then tells Scar that he forgives him, and says that he shouldn't be judging him. It's up to the lions of the past, I think he says, to do that. He then uses a really calm version of the roar. It's more like a whistle. As the lions of the past faces appear in the dark crowds, they then do the same blow as Kion, and then it begins to rain. The rain then, causes Scar to explode, and then disappear. Lusari then tries biting Kion a second time, but then Unga tackles Lusari and they both fall into the volcano. Luckily, Ono dives in after him and pulls Bunga out. This fight not only ended the Scar arc of the series, it also sets up basically the entire season 3 storyline, and it's a good example, I think, of what the show is. They work together to stop evil. They learn a good lesson. And it's super fun to watch. This fight was not only not only exciting, it also had lots of character growth in it. And I think it is probably the best scene in the entire series, which is why it's at number 1.
Everyone, Scar has been defeated. The battle for the Pride Lands is over.
Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed the list. Feel free to make the whole list with no opinions. Everyone has their own. And as you saw, I did not include songs on this list, considering they have the potential to take up a whole list of their own. But the best parts about Lion God is actually the songs. They have some really good ones. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you stop by for another one soon. Bye!